to my channel. It's Emmy in Effect, Emmy 509 Aromas. The reason why we're making, you see the meat is in the water is because I'm about to prepare it. And this is how I prepare all of my meat. So can you guess what type of meat I'm cooking today? As you can see, I don't know if you can tell the bones. By this, you should be able to tell that I'm making ribs. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be cleaning them out and removing the back of this. There's like a film, like a strong, you can see it right here. I'm going to be pulling that off. You have to really take that off. It does not, you're not supposed to prepare your meats with it. So here you go. You pull it off just like that. And this is what I'm going to be doing for the next about 20 to 30 minutes. And then I'm going to be washing them out with lemons, and I'm going to be showing you how to do that when we come back. And right here, as you can see, this is I'm going to do this, you guys. I'm going to finish up with all of these ribs, and then I'm going to come back. But like I showed you, this is what I'm going to be doing now. It's just to remove all of the, it's just to wash it with lemons. I washed it with cold water, and then I'm going to go back. And then once I'm done, I have my vinegar here, white vinegar, that I'm going to, after I rinse it off, I'm going to rinse it in cold water, and then a good hot wash with the vinegar. I'm not going to put it on the stove with the vinegar. I'm just going to rinse it off. And then I'm going to put it in the, and I'll come back and show you how do I complete my marinade. So give me not too long. I'll be doing it. And then we'll do the marinade. So as you can see right now, I'm washing this with the vinegar that I had. I added the vinegar. I just didn't want you guys to be confused. So after I washed it with the lemon, I washed it in cold water, the meat with cold water. And then I put it right back in some hot water. So this is hot water right now that I'm washing the meat in. And it's completely just vinegar and hot water. This is just technique. It's like a sanitizer. It cleans it. And if you go and look out vinegar, it does. It cleans. It's like it destroys germs and bacteria and things like that. So it's really good to use this concept when you're cooking and cleaning your meat. Wash it completely off. You just don't know. You think the meat company, their meats fall on the floor and they'll throw it right on that platter, that tray for you. So you just got to be careful, especially when you're feeding your family. You just want to make sure, you want to be careful that everything is good. So I'm going to rinse them off one more time and give them a good rinse. Okay. A good rinse. And the sink is completely clean, guys, so washed it completely out. I remove a lot of fat off of it as well. Make it more lean. All right. So now the next thing that we're going to do, can you see that? The next thing we're going to do is come on over here, and I'm going to add my seasonings. So right now I'm going to add my Lowry's seasoning, Lowry seasoned salt. And then right here I have lemon juice, 1/2 of a lemon juice. some yellow mustard, and also I have some teriyaki sauce. That's about, I can tell you that's like about a tablespoon of mustard, about 2 tablespoons of the teriyaki sauce, and then a half of lemon juice. Right in there it goes. And then I have some fresh thyme, some salt, about a tablespoon of salt. I have right in here, you can see it's my rosemary, and I have some fresh cloves, if you can see that. Some cloves right in there. I'm going to add that all in here. And then this right here is a combination of, it's a spice blend. It's called ipis. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that in there. And I'll show you also how to make that video. This is black pepper and cayenne pepper. And also, I love sriracha. My family loves sriracha, so I love to add sriracha in there. So that's like about 2 tablespoons of sriracha. And then matuk. This is a hot pepper sauce. I'm only going to use like about a dash of that because it gives a different flavor. Honest, all of your peppers, they give a different flavor. The next thing I'm going to use is my Szechuan Goya, and that's the con achiote. I'm going to add that in there. Gives it a nice flavor. And then, guess what, guys? Sometimes you have to look in a grocery store. This was $2.49. And then as I was walking out, I noticed that they had them on clearance for 49 cents. I went through it and I looked. And guess what? The only reason why it's 49 cents is because of this one. This bad egg right here, which is going in the trash. But if you look, they're all intact. They are beautiful red Scotch bonnet peppers. And I'm going to add one of these babies right up in there. I'm not going to crush it. I'm just going to let it boil with my meat. And then the next thing I have, this is about 4 cloves of fresh garlic. Although the seasoned blend has garlic in it, but I always like to crush my own garlic and add it. So I'm going to add a part of that garlic. So I would say this is like about 3 to 4, and leave about 2 of that right in there for later to the very end, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. Right now I'm just going to add it, and I'm just going to marinate this right now. You can do this overnight, but I don't have time to do it overnight because I have to prepare this today. So this is nicely marinated. I have to be careful. I don't want my Scotch bonnet to break. Like I said, this breaks in here, it's all gone. It's not all gone, but it's going to be extremely spicy. And I don't know how hot it is today, because some of your Scotch bonnets, I don't know. Lately I've been getting them and they're not too hot, and but that's fine. So this is what it looks like, you guys. So now I'm going to put that on the fire, and then I'm going to show you what it looked like in about another half hour or so. And the next step that I'm going to be making to cause this to be my candied ribs, pork ribs. So I'll see you back in about half an hour. Alright, you guys, so here is the meat. And you can see like the meat is like coming off the bone a little. So we're going to take this out. But before you take it out, you'll notice that the water that's boiling, it's a little bit thicker. And that's when you know that this is ready. Taste it. This is the point that you want to make sure. You taste it. If it don't have any flavor and it tastes blah, then guess what? Your meat is going to taste blah. But if it's nice and it's flavorful, you can taste the salt, then your meat is going to be off the hook. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it right up in here, and then I'm going to also be adding my special sauce that I've conjugated and put right back into the bottle. So here is, I'm going to just take this out just so like the heat could settle down some, so that you can see what I'm going to be doing next. Okay, so I didn't add all of this into here, but I'm going to start with this, and then I can put the rest of them in it. So what you see here, I have some Sweet Baby Ray's, some chicken and ribs, barbecue sauce. But like I said, this is the sauce that is going to be the main showdown for this meat that's going to give it all the flavor. What I do, I'm going to tell you, is that we do not have Sweet Baby Ray's here. You can't find it here in Montreal, but you do find it in the States. And so what I always do is I always bring some back because I love the flavor of this, and this is so good. So what I would do is I'll mix it in with this one, And then I also add my other extra secret ingredients in that. Maybe one day I'll share. But for the time being, you still get, the most part, you will get the crackle, and the reason why I call this my candied barbecue ribs. I'm also going to be adding some old-fashioned brown sugar to this, and as well, guess what? Some honey. So we're going to be adding some honey to this, and I'm going to pour it all over. I'm going to put all 4 of these together. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to mix it all on top, and then I'm going to throw it on broil. Before I put it on broil, I will put it in the oven like it is, just as it is right now, just to get a little, I'm going to put it under broil. What's that going to do is just absorb some of the liquid that's still on top of it. And then I'm going to add the sauce. Once it gets some color onto that, I'm going to add the 4 ingredients to make it my candied barbecue ribs. Hold on for that, guys. Okay, so I'm just pulling it out the oven right here. And now I'm going to be putting on the barbecue sauce. And if you like sriracha like me, you're going to throw your sriracha towards the very end as well. So that'll be another thing that you can do, because I love sriracha. So here's my sauce that I'm pouring on. And you're going to do this on both sides, okay, you guys? So do not put oil on this to get color, because if you put oil, it's just gonna it's not gonna allow for your barbecue sauce to stay on top of the meat. It's just gonna it's gonna run over, and it's just gonna make a big mess. Just let it go, put it right in the oven and broil for about a good 5 minutes. Look at the nice color that it's turned to. I can show you the difference. Here's the other side, okay? Just to show you what it should look like. There's your before and there's your after, okay? You don't need it too brown, but you want it to be nicely colored, okay? And then we're going to be adding the rest of this. Make sure you get the honey on each one. You see that? Be generous with the sauce, guys, so it could be nice and juicy, and man, it's so tender. You see that? So tender. So tender. And I'm putting the honey right in there. So tender. So good. I'm telling y'all. Y'all will not regret this recipe. I'm telling y'all. When I make this at church and I make it for different functions, people are like, Emmy, you got to bring this again. But you will so love it. Get in the nooks and cranny of all of these bones and underneath. But like I said, you're going to be turning it around. So I'm going to be showing y'all in a minute. Now, there it go. Brown sugar's on there. All right. There's some good brown sugar, if you can see it. They'll all, you can't even see the one I already put, because I put a generous amount. But because it's in the sauce, it's absorbing, and I can show y'all. Once you just drop it on the sauce, you can see that it's there. So don't think I'm not putting it. I'm telling you, it's in there. It's in there. It's on top of it. I make sure that every piece gets it. All right. So there you have it. This is going to go back into the oven again. Remember I told you about the garlic? I forgot to tell you that. Like the garlic that I had in the dish. What I do is the rest of the garlic, I throw it in with the barbecue sauce, and then I put it right back over the ribs again to give it that nice pungent garlicky excellent flavor that you will not regret. If you don't like garlic, then you can omit that process, but that's how I make it, and it gives it a good flavor. So I'm going to throw this right back in the oven, you guys, just so we can get nice and candied and hard, and I'm going to show you what it looks like after this. Here we go, you guys. Oh, God. Oh, Sherry. Now that looks good. Now let me tell y'all something. Do not, I repeat, do not put your fingers in this. Because some people will try to turn it. Oh, let me turn it. Even if you give it like a couple of seconds and you say, you know what, let me go turn it. Guess what? You're going to get a burn that you ain't never forget. So just because of the sugar that's crystallized, and that's why it's like crisping up like that. That's the sugar. Okay? So be very careful when you turn these, because you can get burnt really bad. Okay, here you guys, here you go. This is the other side, and I'm going to throw in the sriracha on all of them. My kids like spicy food, even my 3-year-old, so it's going in the oven, guys. I'm going to be making some Jiffy cornbread with it. I'm not going to be making it just yet, but I am going to be making some cornbread with it, and they don't have it here. So when I do go to the States, it's so quick to make. You could just make it right in a jiffy. I guess that's why they call it Jiffy. So enjoy it, you guys. Enjoy. And please, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to leave it at the bottom. And also subscribe and smash that like button. See you. Hope you've been affected.